Hi everyone, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Crochet. It's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and here today we are doing our first Christmas tutorial. Christmas tutorial, yay! I'm going to be doing these all this month and next month right up to Christmas with different ideas. Probably about 2 to 3 times a week, and this is our first one. And and by the way, we are at 51 subscribers. Yay! So it's time for the big giveaway, and I am going to do that Monday. So if you have subscribed to my YouTube channel and you haven't yet, let me know. Please let me know. If you're on YouTube, put it in the comments, because while I can look up the subscribers, sometimes people are private. So if you want to be entered in the giveaway, you have to let me know. Obviously, you don't have to make your YouTube profile or your Facebook profile not private, but just let me know in a message or on a comment that you have entered so that I can enter you in that giveaway. And again, I'm going to do that Monday. So yay, that's very exciting. So what we're going to do today is we're going to learn how to make an ornament and a granny square. You are more than welcome to leave it as just the ornament, or you can go on and do the granny square, but I'm going to teach you how to do both. This one is using a Solomon's knot, and it's a little bit, I made it a little bit smaller, while this one has a bigger Solomon's knot, and I'm going to show you how to do that, and you can make yours either more fluffy or less fluffy, whichever one you like. And this one has bow is placed differently, but I'm going to show you how to do all that. So let's go ahead and get started. I am using Simply Soft Karen Party in silver, and I'm also using soft white and red heart. I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. You will also need a pair of scissors and a darning needle. And let me show you that in case you're new to my videos. I can't get it. There we go. Darning needle. So anyway, that's what you need, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your soft white, or by the way, you can use whatever colors you want. I'm just showing you the colors that I'm using. You're going to do a slip knot, and you're going to chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to slip stitch to your first chain to make a ring, just like that. Then you're going to chain up 1, and you're going to do 12 double crochets into the middle of your ring. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay? So we've done 12 double crochets. We've worked our middle piece around as we went, this little piece around the loops. So now we're just going to pull that, and we're going to slip stitch into our first, not our chain 1, but our first double crochet. Okay, so we've got 12 double crochets, just like that. Now what we're going to do, if you want to change colors differently, that's fine, but I like to just cut off. I think it looks smoother, and then just do a slip stitch there, And then I've got it done right there, just like that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go ahead and work in my little pieces that I have left over as we move along, because it makes this project so much easier. So I'm going to go ahead and thread my darning needle, and I'm just going to work it into the back here 3 times, going different directions. Okay. So we've got that worked in. I've got my needle stuck to my scissors. Ah, do y'all see that? Oh my goodness. Serious magnetic stuff going on there. Okay. And then I can also cut off this other piece, because remember we worked it in the back already, so there's no need to work that in anymore. Okay. So that's why it's great to work those in as you go along. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull in our silver thread, and we're going to go right up here. You can really go into any one that you like. Okay, we're going to add our new color, and we're going to chain up 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then right in that same space, we're going to do another double crochet. And we're going to do 2 double crochets in each space along. 1 and 2 double crochets in each one. And that will leave you with a total of 24 all the way around, 2 in each space. And this is going to be the base for our wreath. And these make gorgeous ornaments. As I said before, you can use any color you want. You could use red or green, or, you know, you could use even browns, whatever you want to do to make this ornament. Around 2 in each space along until we get 24. So let's count. By the way, this is one that you definitely need to count with, because we're gonna, especially if you plan on to go on and do the granny square, because you definitely need the right amount of stitches for that granny square to work. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. Okay, so we've got our count. So we're going to go right in and slip stitch into the top of our first double crochet there. And that's what it looks like. Now we're going to do one more round. So we're going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. And right in the same spot, we're going to double crochet again, just like that. And the next one, we're going to do 1 single crochet. And the next one, 2 double crochet. And you're going to be doing that all the way around. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Just all the way around, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And you should end with a total of 36. So this yarn is a little bit, because of it's Simply Soft, Karen, it's a beautiful yarn, but it is a little bit stringy. So it sometimes pulls, but it is incredibly soft and pretty. It's got all kinds of little beautiful little flecks in it that I thought looked really pretty for Christmas ideas. So we're just going along. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Till we get a stitch count of 36. And every now and again I kind of stop and make sure that I'm doing it correctly, because I'm running my mouth. So if there's anything in particular you guys want to see or you want to know how to make for Christmas, please shoot me a comment or a message. Let me know, and maybe I can see what I can do, and we could learn it together. If I don't know it already, or if I do, then I can do a tutorial on it. Okay. And now we're in our last one. You should end with 1. Okay. And then you're going to slip stitch into the top of your first double crochet there. And let's just count and make sure that we have 36. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 35 and 36. So yay, we did it. Okay, so that's what that looks like. That's the bases. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and cut off. And I know that's a little bit different, but I just think it looks cleaner that way. So now what we're going to do is, as I said, as we go along, we're going to work in our ends, because it just makes it so much easier for this project to not have a ton of them hanging around. But if you don't want to, that's fine. Whatever you want to do. But I'm just going to work these in. Just going back and forth a couple times. I feel comfortable with it. And again, for our other piece where we joined it before, it looks like I'm buffering as usual. Sorry, guys. Having a little trouble with this end there, so I'm just going to cut it off. Like I said, the Simply Soft Karen is a beautiful yarn, but it is sometimes a little difficult to work with. Okay, so I've done that. I've got in my end, so let's move on, and I'm going to show you how to do the Solomon's knot to make this beautiful wreath. Okay, so we're going to pick back up with our silver, but what we're going to do now is we're going to work, sorry about that, we're going to work in the middle of our white. So we're going to pull in our color down here in the white, and what we're going to actually do is we're going to work behind these double crochet posts all the way around. So you can start in whichever one that you want. I'm just going to bring in my yarn here just like that. Doesn't really matter exactly where it's at. This does not have to be perfect. You just need to make sure that you have your count right. Okay, so anyways, there we've got it. I've pulled up my yarn, and because it is this first stitch here, I'm going to chain 1, but you're not going to do that for the rest. Okay, I'm just doing that to secure it. Okay, so this is how you do a Solomon's knot. I'm going to bring out my yarn, bring up my loop on my yarn. I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to go through my loop. Then I'm going to go back in this here, right like that. Pull it up and do a single crochet. Then I'm going to pull up again, yarn over, go through my loop, and then go back in, pulling through again, and then doing a single crochet. Now guys, when I learned how to do this, it took me a minute. Don't get discouraged. Just keep going at it till you get it. And maybe not use Simply Soft Karen because I'm having a hard time getting it through. Okay, but that's what the first Solomon looks like. Okay, now that I've showed you how to do that one, I'm going to show you too that you can do it loose, tighter. Okay, I made those loops really large. You can make them smaller, which will make your wreath smaller. And to make it smaller, all you'll do is you'll just pull up less of a loop. Okay, just like that. And then again, I would just not pull up as much. Okay? The more you pull up, the poofier your wreath is going to be. Okay? So what you're going to do in each one of these posts, I'm going to go ahead and bring the scraggler that I've got in the front. I'm going to pull it to the back so that doesn't confuse me at all. And then I'm going to go right back into that same space and do another Solomon's knot. So I'm going to go in again. I'm going to do a single crochet. And then I'm going to go right back up and do what I did before. And I'm going to try to make them pretty even in size. I am going to try to make them pretty even in size as I go. So we're doing another one. And then we go up again, yarn over, pull through, then go back into that loop again, come up and do a single crochet, just like that. So I've got my 2 there, so I'm going to go to my next double crochet, working in the back of that double crochet there, just like that. And I'm going to pull through and do a single crochet. Okay? Then I'm going to do another Solomon's knot. I'm going to pull up, yarn over, go through, then go through again, and do a single crochet. Again, pull up, okay, just like that. I'm trying to go really slow that I can show you how to do it. Okay, so again, into that same space, we're going to do another one. So we're going to single crochet, do another one right there. So single crochet, pull up the loop on your hook, yarn over, go through, hold your fingers here to hold these 2 over here and this one over here. And then you're going to go right in the middle of that. You're not going to go into these 2. You're going to go over here next to the single piece of yarn. That might help you. Then single crochet to hold it together and then do another one. And that is how you do a Solomon's knot. Okay? And while I'm teaching you how to do this, I think some of mine have gotten larger or smaller. That's okay. I really like mine extra poofy like this one. But like I said, you can make it smaller by making your Solomon knot loops smaller, okay? So I've done 2 in that one. So I'm going to go to my next one and single crochet. Bring up again. I'm just going to keep doing this so that you can see. And holding it there sometimes does help. Okay, so I've done 1 in that space. I'm going to go back in again, do a single crochet, and bring this up again. I had a really great time making this pattern. I was really wanting to try to make a wreath that looked 3D, like it was coming out for not only the ornament, but also for the granny square. So it would look really pretty. So this was a lot of fun and I enjoyed doing the Solomon's knot. Okay, so then we're going into our next space. So actually you should have 24 Solomon knots as you go along, because you're going to do in each 2 in each, and there's 12 double crochets around. So you should have a total of 24, but they are almost impossible to count. So don't worry about it. Just try to remember to do 2 on each space, each one of those double crochets. Okay. And as you can see, this is what it looks like so far. It's going to look a little messy. Some may be a little bit bigger than others. That's okay, because that's what a wreath looks like. Okay. So we're going to go into our next one. Do a single crochet. Bring up for a Solomon's knot. And another one. Go back into that same space, single crochet. And I'm going to try to, it's going to take me a minute, but I want to show you how to do this one round, so I can show you how to end it. So just bear with me. I do want to show you how to end that. So I'm just going to go around here. I'm going to work a little bit quicker now. So I can get on to show you how to finish it. So again, going right back in there for a single crochet. We're going to do another one in that same space. Okay, so we're just working along. Remember, I'm going to show you again. I'm going to try to move these out of the way as you go. They will kind of get in your way. Just push them over to the side. Don't be afraid to move your yarn around so you can get where you need to go, because you're going to need to go in between these just like this. Pull your yarn through. Do a single crochet. Then up you go for your Solomon's knot. And again. Okay. Then you're going to go back into that same space, do a single crochet, and then do another Solomon's knot. And all those single crochets are just holding everything into place. Okay. We're just moving along here. Two in each space around. And these will look really pretty on a tree, or when we get done with our granny square, you could even make a all kinds of stuff. You could make an afghan out of these. You could make a stocking. You could do all kinds of stuff with these. Okay. Okay. I'm buffering quite a bit. I'm so sorry about that. Now we are on our last one here. Okay. So as you can see, it's the last one I have to work into. So I should have 24 of these. Your stitch count does not have to be perfect for these though, so don't worry. But we're going to do our last two. And see, I'm trying to pull this other stuff, so just pull that out of the way. Okay, and I'm going to go in for one more. Okay. And this is our last one for this round. Okay. So now what you're going to do, I'm going to try to move these all out of the way so that you can see. This is what it looks like so far. Just like that. Okay, but what you're going to do is, since you just did your last one, you're going to move everything out of the way here so that you can see. And then you're just going to do a single crochet into the bottom of your first ever Solomon's knot. And it's a little hard to find. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just do a single crochet go ahead and cut off your yarn and bring it through, okay? And like I said, as we go along, we're going to go ahead and we're going to work these through so that we can see what we're doing. Because with the Solomon knot itself, it's already kind of crazy. So we're just going to work these in as we go. Okay, so when I'm working these in from where I finished my Solomon knot, I'm literally just going to pull it through that, trying to make sure that I don't go through my white. Okay, and then I'm just going to work it in just like I normally would. Okay, so I just do just like that. We've got one little piece there. Okay, so now what you're going to do is, okay, you've done your first round of Solomon knot. Now what you're going to do is you're going to fold these back and you're going to do the very same thing in this next round right here. Okay, so you would pull in, doesn't matter where you start, you would pull in your yarn. Okay, you would single crochet up just one, just for this first one. You would pull your yarn that you have from where you just started that back to the back so you don't get confused with it. And then you would start again on your Solomon knot, doing 2 Solomon knots. Doing 2 of these in each space around. So I've done 1, so I go back in again, do a single crochet, and then do another one. Just like that. And then you would go to your next, and again, single crochet, do a Solomon's knot, and repeat all the way around. 2 in each of these double crochet posts all the way around, okay? And then when you get finished, it's going to look like this. Yay, we've got one that's done. And like I said, you'll have little scragglies and stuff like that. So now what I'm going to show you how to do, in case you want to leave this as an ornament, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and make the bow, okay? So to make the bow, what you're going to do is, I'm looking at my pattern here. I don't think I wrote it down. Yay, but I'm pretty sure that I did 40. So you just chain up 40. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Okay, so I just crocheted 40. Chained 40. Then I'm going to go from the second chain from the hook, and I'm going to just single crochet all the way down. And this is just for our bow. You are more than welcome to use ribbon, or you could just tie a simple bow with yarn. You can also use hot glue instead of sewing it on. Yarn works really well with hot glue. Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do. I just made crocheted the bow and then put it on the wreath. So I did want to show you how I did that. But you are more than welcome to use ribbon. I think ribbon would look beautiful as well. So I'm just kind of going along here. I'm going to show you how, as soon as I get this done, how to make a bow. Now, I chained 40. If you would like to do less or more, that's up to you. How big you make this is how big your bow is going to be. So if you want a really big bow with long tails, then you might want to do more than 40. If you want it smaller, you could do 30 or 35. If you went much smaller than that, I'm not sure that it would look like a bow, but hey, whatever you want to do. So I'm just going down. Got a little carpal tunnel going on today, as usual. So I'm not working as fast as I normally would. Sorry about that. But yeah, just going along here, single crocheting all the way down to the end. And on our last one, finally, and you're just going to, cut off, and then you're going to work in these ends because you don't want to have to deal with these while you're making your bow. So I'm just going to do just like that. And then I'm going to work in my ends, if I can find my darning needle. I don't know where it went. I can't find my darning needle. Like it disappeared into thin air. Goodness gracious. I don't know where it went. Will you look on the floor? Okay. Well, anyway, for the sake of this video, still looking, guys.
What in the heck?
Don't know where it went. It disappeared. So for this video, I'm just going to cut these off, but don't cut these off. Definitely weave them in so your work will stay together. But I just want to show you how to make the bow. And hopefully, eventually, I'll find my darning needle. Because I definitely need it. Okay, so anyways, the way to make your bow, first of all, you're going to need to tie it together. Cut off a pretty decent amount of size there, okay? Because you are going to tie that in the back. And then what you do is you literally just make a bow pattern. However you want to do it. So I'm just going to do mine like this. Very simple. And then I lay it flat the way I want it. And then I pick my yarn up. And I just go right through the center, just like this. Like I said, if you want to use ribbon, you can, or if you know how to make a fancier bow, you can do that too. You can make fancier bows. Okay, I'm just going to tie it a couple times around, just like that. And then I'm going to flip it over, and then I can kind of get it kind of to look the way I want it to look. Just moving things around here. Just kind of get it the way I want it, just like that, see? Okay, so then what I do is I take my my bow and I place it where I want on my wreath. I'll probably put it like right there, just like that. And then you would take your yarn and pull through the pieces that we left, that we tied around the middle. Okay, and this is better to do with a darning needle, to pull it through that way, but this works too. But I've lost it, so yay. But that's what it looks like. And then you just turn it over and you've got your two pieces. And then you just tie these together, just like this. I'm going to do it probably about 3 times so that I know my bow will stay. 2 and 3. And then if I had my darning needle, I would definitely work these in, okay? But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to cut these off. But please don't do that. Remember to work them in with your darning needle, okay? But I'm just going to cut those off, okay? And that is finished for your, if you wanted to use this as an ornament. Now, to make a little, if you weren't going to go on and do the granny square, to make a little loop to hang on your tree, you would just go right through the middle. Right up here at the top, I would just find a place that I thought looked like the middle, and I would pull in my yarn. I would pull it in there just like that. And then I would chain up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I would go right back into that same space and do a single crochet, just like that. And then I would go to the next space and do a slip stitch. And that would make the little loop that you would need to hang that on your tree. Okay, and if you have big branches on your tree, instead of chaining up 10, you could chain up 15 or 20, whatever you need for this. Okay, so that's what you would do to do the ornament. And you can position that however you like and have your ribbon hanging just like that. And it makes a beautiful ornament. Okay, but what I want to show you now is I'm going to take this out because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how we would turn this into a granny square. Because a granny square makes a beautiful ornament as well. And then you can do so many beautiful things with it. So we've got that there. Okay. And see how loose that is? It's because it's not been worked in with my darning needle. So it's a little loose right now. So like I said, I just can't find mine at this moment because it's lost somewhere. But definitely do not cut off, knot off and cut off for that. Make sure that you work it in. But we're going to go ahead and work on our granny square. So we're going to turn this beautiful ornament into a granny square. So to do that, you can start anywhere that you want to. But I'm going to just start right here. I'm going to pull in my white yarn. I'm going to pull that in right there, and then I'm going to chain 1. Okay, then I'm going to work 2 double crochets, and as I'm working along, I'm also working this little bit of thread that we have left over when we pulled in our other color. So in the same loop, I'm going to do 1, 2 double crochets. Then I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then I'm going to do 2 more double crochets into the same space, and this is going to make the corner. This is going to make the corner of our granny square. Okay, so do that right there. Okay, and now we've got our corner. Then we're going to go into our very next chain space, and we're going to work a half double crochet. And we're going to do 8 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 half double crochets all the way around. And that pulled up on me a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut that extra piece off. It's because we've already worked in that piece that was left. So now we've done our 8 half double crochets. So in our next stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochets again, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. And this will be our next corner. Okay, so that's our corner. So we've 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, 8 half double crochets, and then another corner, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. And we're going to do that all the way around. Make sure that you don't miss this stitch that is right next to your corner, okay? So again, 8 half double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? And then in our very next one, we're going to make another corner. So we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. Okay? Then making sure not to miss this very next stitch. We're going to do 8 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, then we're going to do our last corner. So we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. Okay, and then you should be left with 8. So let's see what we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is what I want to show you, and it's something that I noticed while I was making my pattern. When I'm looking here, it looks like I've only got 7 if I don't count this slip stitch right here. That slip stitch you have to work into. If you don't work into that slip stitch, it's going to mess up your count, okay? Because you need 8. So I'm going to do 1 half double crochet, and then right here into this slip stitch that doesn't look like a space, but now I know that it is because I'm telling you that it is. And I missed it myself when I was making my own pattern. So it's something that I had to figure out, and I wanted to make sure that you knew. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and don't forget this last one right by your corner, and 8. Okay, so now you're going to slip stitch to the first double crochet, just like that, and that's what it looks like so far. This is what it looks like so far. You've got your square beneath your wreath. Okay, how cool, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to do one more round. So we're going to chain up 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to go right into our next one, do another double crochet, and then we're already back at our corner. If you're working along with me and your count is right, then you will start with these 2. You'll chain up 3, and then you'll have 1 double crochet, and then you'll go right into your corner. Now we are working in only double crochets, no half doubles. So again, in this corner, we're simply going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. And then we're going to work double crochets all the way across. You should have 12. Okay? You don't have 12 going all the way across until you reach your next corner. So let's do these together. Let's not forget this stitch right here. This is where we can sometimes get messed up because our corners hide it. And we want to go right into this next one, but we can't do that. We've got to remember this one. So let's count. That's 1, 2. Remember, we're doing double crochets now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we've definitely got a count of 12 across until we get to our next corner. And then our next corner, we will again do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. Okay. And then again, we're going to do our 12 double crochets across. So there we go with 1. We're not forgetting that one right there next to our corner. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Right back at the corner. So now we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2, 2 more double crochets, and again 12 across. And don't forget the stitch right here next to your corner. Move those bad boys over if you have to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we are on our last corner. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. And we are on the home stretch. Now we've just got our last 12 to do. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's only 10 in this one because remember where we started, we have 2. So if we count these 10 and this 2, then we have a total of 12. So we know we did it right, and we're going to slip stitch right into that first double crochet. And look at that. We've got our granny square with our beautiful little wreath in the middle. And really wish I could find my darning needle. But at any rate, so now what we're going to do is you could stop it here if you want to. We're just going to cut off and bring it up right through there. You could stop if you liked it that way. I wanted to put a border around it. And like I said, you could use different colors. You could find gold. You can make it as creative as you want and do all kinds of different things with this. You could even take little beads and glue them to your wreath to make it look like it has little balls on it. I mean, there's just no limit to what you could do with this. But I want to show you real quick how to make the edging for this like I did in this one. And what I did was I basically start with a corner and it's kind of bad today. I don't know why. But I bring in my silver again and I chain up 1 and then I do 2 half double crochets in this corner. 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 1, 2, 2 more half double crochets, This yarn is killing me, guys. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to work with, but it's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 half double crochets in the corner, just kind of like we've been doing, but now we're working with half double crochets. Don't forget this little one right here. And then I'm going to do half double crochets all the way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe it's 16, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I was right, it's 16. Okay, so all the way around, you're going to do 2 half double crochets in the corner, in your corners, chain 2, then 2 more half double crochets, and you're going to do that all the way around, and then you should have 16 more half double crochets. Work another corner, go down with 16, and then you're going to keep doing that all the way around. I think you should know how to do that by now, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing again. Basically, that's just making your edging for your granny square. When you get done with that, if you would like, you could do the same thing that I showed you before and put a little loop here by chaining up 10 or 15, however many you need, and then going back and single crocheting right there if you wanted to make this an ornament. Like I said, there's just endless things that you can do with this. You could also make a blanket. You could make an Afghan. You could make just a piece to hang on your wall. You could do several of them in different colors and then hang them on the wall for Christmas. They really are just really pretty. Again, this is when I did the Solomon knot, I did it way smaller. Remember I had showed you before how to do the Solomon's knot. When I pulled up on that yarn, I only pulled a little bit for each one. Whereas this one, I did it much bigger and it made it a lot puffier. I don't care for the placement of my bow on that one. I wish I would have put it. But either way, I think it's beautiful. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, either way, if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, please go to, and you're on Facebook, please go to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe as well. And again, we are up to 51 subscribers. I'm so excited. So we will be doing that giveaway on Monday, but I have to remind you, you can't be private. If I can't see who you are, I can't put you in the giveaway. So please, please, please put in the comments who you are. If you've liked and you've shared and you've subscribed, say that you've done all 3. If you're a private and you need to give me a name or some way to contact you so that I can let you know if you've won, you've got 10 days to answer. If I contact you and the person doesn't answer in that 10 days, then I'm going to do another giveaway. The last scarf I did, I messaged the person about 100 times and they never answered me back. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway for that as well. So I'm going to be doing 2 giveaways on Monday, but please pay attention. Make sure you check your messages. Make sure you check and see who won so that you can get these great, wonderful free gifts that you're getting just for watching. So thanks again. Happy crocheting. And I'll see you soon.